So we got a little bit of an update. Now, we're not going to get a full-on confirmation either way until this upcoming December, where Cincinnati will go ahead and give two different plans for the committee. It's either going to be $693 million worth of renovations to Paycor Stadium or a brand new stadium built. You guys told me down below that simply no real reason to rebuild Paycor Stadium, just upgrade it. It was already built in 2000. It's kind of a newer stadium. It's only 23 years old, so just kind of update it and give it some renovations. Now, if they did update it, again, the renovations would cost $693 million. A brand new stadium would probably cost in the ballpark range of $1 to $2 billion. So it's like half the price of the renovations. Well, sorry, half the price of building a new stadium is just the renovations. So the whole point is, well, if we're going to keep renovating the stadium and upgrading it every single 4 years, eventually it's going to cost less than it would just to build a brand new stadium, right? So that's the idea of, instead of trying to repair something that is, obviously you're trying to repair something older, just build something new. But it seems like there is a lot of buyback, a lot of pushback from a lot of Bengals fans, and even the attorney that represents the Cincinnati Bengals. Here's what he had to say. We're not asking for a new stadium, and we don't think a new stadium needs to be part of the conversation. We don't need a dome. Herzig said, we don't think that those make sense here. We need more meaningful investments in Paycor Stadium starting now. That will save money in the long run. We think the reasonable approach is to upgrade and maintain Paycor Stadium. Again, keep in mind, the suggested upgrades are going to cost $693 million. So, and again, this won't all get done right away. It will be over time. So, they might not get done all the renovations and, fix everything for the next couple years. So, and if they did build a new stadium, that would also take them about a year and a half anyway. So, in the end, it's going to take the same amount of time for them to get done the renovations as it would for them to build a brand new stadium. Some things will get done faster, though. Obviously, if they're changing the bathrooms, for example, this is not something they're doing, but if you're changing the bathrooms out to upgrade the bathrooms, that's going to take a lot less time than completely changing the whole entire stands and changing the seating system in the whole place, right? Things take different times and energies. So, I think this makes sense. It really, really does make sense. Cincinnati Bengals will pay for a portion of upgrades to Paycor Stadium. Makes sense. Team is not interested in a new stadium or installing a roof over the existing one. That, again, so creating a dome pretty much. So this is like, again, everyone has their own ideas on what Paycor Stadium should do. Some people said a dome. I would hate that. Listen, it's the jungle, man. The conditions are part of the jungle. You don't go to the jungle and think you're not going to have part of the conditions. Although I will say, last year in the playoffs, Bills versus Bengals, T. Higgins, I don't know if you guys saw him mic'd up. I probably showed on the channel. But he was, oh my god, he was like, oh, your first time playing in the snow. By the third quarter, he was like, I don't like it in the snow. I don't like it in the snow. This is not what I like. Which is kind of funny. But anyway, though, yeah, so I think what's going to happen, right, is they'll come out, and again, this will all be pushed forward at a committee in December when they give all the ideas, concepts, they all vote on whatever they want to do with Paycor Stadium. I think they're going to continue to do what they already had plans to do, which was move the concrete factory over by Riverside, give more tailgating area, more parking area, work on the outside of the stadium, and then for the inside, I think they're going to probably start small, upgrade certain things, like, again, just like small bathrooms is a good example of that, and then slowly upgrade certain things, and they'll probably have an idea of big things that they want to upgrade, and over time, they'll slowly kind of knock off a list, like create a list of things you want to renovate and upgrade, and then as time goes on, you kind of just go down that list. But yeah, I do agree. Building a whole new stadium. I know I talked about it in the video before. It's a cool concept / idea just because it's something new, something fresh. But there are a lot of things when it comes to certain stadiums where you just have like tradition with them, right? For example, the New Orleans, before they got their spaceship dome they have now, they had another dome, and it was actually like an amazing dome. It was where, I think, Reggie Bush got his touchdown record or something. There was like so many records set in that dome. I think Emmitt Smith, actually. And then it got torn down because Katrina happened, and obviously the stadium got destroyed. People were living in there for shelter. It got destroyed. They had to tear it down, create a whole new stadium. But there's so many memories in some of these stadiums. And Paycor Stadium is the same concept here. There's so many memories in this stadium where when you tear down a stadium, yes, sometimes it's like, oh, it's nice to start over, get a new refreshed look and a new stadium. But there's so much memories there, man. This is the jungle, you know? You can't tear down the jungle and install a new jungle. It's like when the Ravens, they had the old Memorial Stadium. And that was back when the Baltimore Colts played. And then they tore it down for M&T Bank Stadium. And a lot of Ravens fans, or Baltimore fans at the time, they were not happy when they tore down Memorial Stadium. Now, Memorial Stadium needed to be torn down. There was a lot of things that, you know, it was literally falling apart inside out. But they tore it down, and they got a brand new stadium. The Cleveland Clownies did the same thing. You guys look back to 1996, their last game in before they came over here to Baltimore. They actually was they were ripping the stands out of the stadium, so they end up getting a brand new stadium too. So it does happen eventually, and I do believe one day we will see Cincinnati, the jungle, get revamped. Meaning there will be a new stadium. I feel like one day, but that might not be for 10, 15, 20 years down the line, and again, you know, revamping it in the long run will it cost more than building a new stadium? Yes, but you also gotta think about it like this: can you put a price tag on memories in that stadium? And I really don't think you can. And if I swear to anything, no one in the AFC North is allowed to have a dome. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the Clownies, the Squealers, the Ravens, or the Bengals. You know, AFC North football is supposed to be, you know, gritty, cold, snowy, you know, just absolutely the most distasteful Mother Nature weather you ever can experience. And if anyone in the AFC North takes that away from their, you know, part of the AFC North, part of their home team advantage, gotta kick you out of the AFC North. Can't have you in the AFC North. You're not about that just gritty, disgusting weather that we have in the AFC North. You could even play in pretty much a hurricane, or you could play in a snow blizzard or anything when you're playing the AFC North. It's just how we work, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.